water, earth, fire, air, electricity. Long ago, the five nations lived together in harmony. Wait, wrong script. So, electricity, two forms, static and current. Static is an imbalance when there are more positive charges than negative charges within objects, and vice versa, causing them to be correspondingly charged. It usually happens because electrons jump out of surfaces when you rub things together, like when you comb your hair, and it gets spiky. Okay, that's enough explaining. 600 BC in Miletus, there was Thales. He was a mathematician, a philosopher, an astronomer, but most importantly, an olive presses investor. Versatile guy, isn't he? As an olive presses investor, Thales had many ponders about life, one of which being the theory of soul. Soul, as in the ability to move things. Living things can move other things because they have soul. But by that logic, Thales argued magnets have soul as well because they can attract iron. And he also observed that amber, when rubbed against some materials, can become statically charged, which allows them to suck small things. Hey Thales, what you doing? Magnets and amber have soul. Huh? Because they can attract other things. What? That was the earliest recorded observation of static electricity. Cool, right? But that was just the beginning. Thales' observations might have just been used to support his philosophical ideas, so it's unlikely that Thales cared about the science of static electricity. More scientific experiments would come later. It was 1752 in Philadelphia. This is Benjamin Franklin. He was trying to fly a kite when it was raining with lightning. What? Was he insane? No, big brain move actually. He was trying to understand the nature of lightning. To conduct the experiment, Franklin had a trusty tool which consisted of a kite, and metal wire is attached to the top of it, and the rub of the kite is a hamstring attached to a metal key, and the end of the hamstring is attached to a silk string. Here's how it went. Franklin flew a kite during a heavy storm and stood in shelter to keep the silk string dry. The metal wire acted as a lightning rod and started to channel charges. The wet hamstring, which became conductive in the rain, could channel charges as well. The metal key then absorbed the charges and became charge itself. Later, when Benjamin Franklin tried to touch the key, maybe not, Franklin's experiment discovered that lightning at its core is just static electricity. Storm clouds are negatively charged while the ground is positively charged, which creates an imbalance, and lightning is just a static spark that is the result of such imbalance. We learned that lightning is electricity, so electricity is super powerful. But how did we really harness such a powerful form of energy? So you probably know about this story. It's about a surgical knife and frog legs. It was the 1780s in Bologna, a city of Italy. Physician Luigi Galvani was interested in how electricity can cause animal muscles to become tense. He conducted numerous experiments with frog legs to try and see how the frog's muscle tissues would react to electricity. Oh hey, that's a Dollond machine. A Dollond machine, which is an electrostatic generator, was used as the source of electricity. During one experiment in 1781, when Galvani was about to connect the Dollond machine to the nerves of the frog legs, one of his assistants accidentally touched the frog legs with a surgical knife, which then caused the frog legs to get tense. That observation was groundbreaking, as the Dollond machine wasn't connected, so there shouldn't have been any electricity, yet the frog legs were flexed anyway. Galvani came to a conclusion that animal bodies have a mysterious type of animal electricity that is transmitted through nerves, and he thought that animal electricity was different from regular electricity, such as lightning. Galvani published all his findings into a book in 1791. A year later, one of his colleagues, Alexandro Volta, read it. Volta was skeptical about Galvani's claims. He didn't think animal electricity was different, so he conducted experiments. Volta first used a Leyden jar, a device that can be used to store electricity, as he connected it to the nerve of a frog leg. As a result, it moved. That proved that animal electricity doesn't come from the animal itself. For the second experiment, Volta used two strings of two different metals and connected the strings together and to the nerve. He got the same result. How fascinating was that? If you know, you know. The components of a basic battery include two metal pieces of different types and an electrolyte. Two different metals, you say? Volta's experiment discovered that two metal pieces of different types can become a source of electricity. That discovery became the foundation for Volta to invent the first battery in 1799. There you have it, a source of electrical power. And there was a brighter future await.